Aloha, it's Rhino. Today we are doing the third conditional. This is also a W in sign language. Amazing. When we are thinking about all the conditionals, we have to think about why we're using them. What are we talking about? What's the context? It's really, really important. The third conditional is fabulous because it is the least likely. If you watched my other video on the first conditional, very likely, very possible. The second conditional is less likely, still possible, but more effort, something more significant has to change. The third conditional, sorry, I'm in Europe now. The third conditional is essentially us going back in time, yes, time traveling, so that we can change something that has already happened. So think for a moment where you were born, and let's say you were born in Estonia. How would your life have been different if you had been born in Canada? And then I've asked the question in the third conditional. We're using the past perfect and the present perfect with the conditional and the if all together, lovely, in order to ask the question. So when you answer the question, you should use all of these as well. If I had been born in said country, so we had been, that is our past and perfect. In Canada, I would have had a different experience growing up. So here we have, I would have had. So now we're using the present perfect because it is us talking about something that could have changed in the past that is affecting our present, or hypothetically affecting our present. So first we have to talk about what happened before that we can no longer change. It's so far in the past. But if it had been different, how would that, which happened completely in the past, affect the present? So you have two actions in your sentence, yes? And one is talking all about an action that happened in the past and completed in the past. Had I been born? Cool. You can only be born once. You don't get born every day. Nope. Not even the born again Christians get born every day. Then you have the second part, which is have been. Yeah, my life would have been different. My life could have been different. My life should have been different. Something along those lines, the have been. So that's something that is in the past, but affecting you. Yeah, my birth affects me in a long distance way. But the effect of that would be, let's say, had I been born in Ireland, I would have a different accent. Now we're getting a little mixy, because you have to decide, does it affect something you're thinking of now, or does it affect, in general, your whole upbringing? If it affects my whole upbringing in general, then it all still happens in the past. But if I were talking about my accent, for example, had I been born in New Zealand, had I grown up in New Zealand, I would have a much better accent than this weird mixed thing that I have. But anyway, so it would still be more in, it would be in the present, not the present. It would be affecting the present. There we go. It would be affecting your present. Let's take another example. Regret. If I had had the time last week, I could have cleaned. Yeah, so when we're talking about regret, we are using the past perfect to talk about something like not having time to clean, but that scenario is totally finished. It's totally in the past. And then I would have cleaned is the past perfect, meaning it's an action that should have taken place before, but affects my present because my house is not clean. So, regret, remember regret, and hypothetical life changes. How could my whole life change? Those are two really good ways to use the third conditional. A mixed conditional, when we did kind of throw in there, tends to be when we're using kind of different ones. So you might see some that look a bit mixed and include part of the third conditional, like saying, if I would have taken more time planning my week, then I would be free now. Ooh! There we go. Mixed. Yeah, let me say that one more time. So, if I would have taken more time planning my week, so that's past perfect. Or if I had been better at planning my week, I could be free now. Or I could be free right now had I been better at planning. That's a great one. I like that. We're going to stick with that. I could have been free now. I could be free now. I could be free now. I could be free had I planned better. Ooh. Mixed. Yes. All the magic.